We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Cure Auto Insurance. Ricky Batalico, I'm Michael Barkan. In a moment, John Kruk from the ballpark. We're here from Rob Thomson, and certainly all the principals in a 4-3 Phillies loss. Ricky Bo, really, what can we say or anyone say? They are not a good team. And I don't even want to add right now. I mean, this has started with 4 straight losses at Texas at the beginning of the season. They have not snapped out of it.
No, they haven't.
Game number 48.
This is a team that's lost right now, and I don't care what anybody says. I'm watching this ball club 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Could have been worse. It could have been the Diamondbacks 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position, but you're not the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks did enough to win this game, and once again, a pitcher, left the game with a 5.02 ERA. The starting pitcher Nelson for the Diamondbacks. And what bothers me is that we've seen this story before. We've read this book before, and it seems like the same old garbage over and over again. You could get it as annoyed as you want, but I think this is all about the lineup. I mean, this was a 4-3 loss. You had opportunities to break this game open. You had opportunities to really kind of push this in a different direction. Phillies just aren't doing it, and it starts at the top of the lineup. It starts, Trey Turner. Move him down the lineup. It's time. And I'm not one of those people that have pushed that. Right now, I'm starting to think, move him down the lineup. Get some guys up. Put Bohm second. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just, it's time to give him some rest somewhere. And you gave him a day off. That didn't work. Push him down the lineup. Maybe make him relax down there.
And not only Bohm, Turner, but certainly Kyle Schwarber as well. Let's go across the street and check in with John Kruk, joining us now, calling the game in the booth with Tom McCarthy. John, I don't know what the answer is. I know you don't know. Certainly Rob Thomson doesn't know, and the rest of this team. But they continue to lose their 7th series now. They're 8-7-2 in series, and they have lost 7 of their last 9 games. And they all look lost, as Ricky just said. I don't know what gets them out of this, but I'll tell you one thing. They started the season this way. They're consistent, I'll give you that. But let's talk about Kyle Schwarber, if you could, because I know he's belting bombs when he gets hits, but he's not getting hits, John. I don't know what's going on with him, or when we'll see some production from Kyle Schwarber.
Well, we better hope that when June rolls around, he gets hot like he has over his career. It seems like, look, he's a slow starter. We all know that. But this is kind of beyond slow. This is something that needs to be fixed. Look, we haven't been good all year with runners in scoring position, and it just continues. And it seems like, every time we get in a situation where you got runner in scoring position, it's either they take a strike or they swing at a ball out of the zone. It's frustrating, and I'm sure it's frustrating to Rob Thomson. I'm sure it's frustrating to Kevin Long. I'm sure it's frustrating to Dave Dombrowski, John Middleton, the whole crew, because I don't know how you fix it. How do you tell people, okay, we need you to hit better at runner in scoring position? They know that. But it's how do you fix it? If you're a hitting coach, if you're a manager, if you whoever, how do you fix it? You just got to hope and pray that they figure it out. And if they don't, we're going to keep seeing games like this.
Yeah, he was nowhere near throwing the ball to the glove tonight. What did you see from him?
Well, it looked like, especially on the pass ball, which I thought was a tough pass ball, that JT wanted the cutter, and it just backed up on him. And, that's a tough one to catch when you're throwing it 96, 98 miles an hour. You're expecting that ball to go this way, and instead it backs up on you and goes this way. JT tried to catch it, and it just squirts off. But, yeah, he threw like 3 or 4, I think, cutters, sliders, whatever. I'm assuming it's his cutter because that's what he should throw. But, they just backed up on him, and now it's a command thing with Sir Anthony, with trying to get it back in the strike zone.
What do you think of the way Covey pitched? A, and B, your thoughts on an opener at all, having an opener and then going to a setup guy and then bringing someone else in. What do you think of that?
Well, personally, I hate openers. I just don't. I don't like them. I don't think you can ask 3 or 4 or 5 relievers to all pitch well in a 9-inning game. Look. Matt Strahm's Matt Strahm. He's going to throw strikes. He's going to challenge guys. He got beat with a home run. Okay, fine. But I thought Covey pitched great. I know, gives up first two hitters. After the first two hitters, he gives up his first run as a Philly, but then after that, he was really good. Ball's moving a lot. Would you throw him back out there as a starter, instead of doing this opener thing? I would. What else do you have? And that's the thing. We can talk about these openers and how I personally don't like them. I don't think we had a choice today. I really don't. We just have too many guys that are hurt. We have too many guys that, we got one that got sent down because he was underperforming and Bailey Falter, and we don't have no one else. And, the bullpen has been taxed, with guys not going deep into games. And I think tomorrow, look, you're facing one of the top pitchers in the National League tomorrow in Zach Gallen, and Ranger, coming off a not good outing whatsoever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. This is what's frustrating. They lose to the first two guys of this series. Yeah, you got one of the best pitchers coming up in base. They're liable to beat his brains in tomorrow. You don't know.
That's how this team is. This team will sit down for a guy who has a 5 or a 6 ERA, but then you throw them Max Scherzer or Verlander, and they'll pop them all over the ballpark. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me.
I don't know if this is how this team is. They're 22-26 after all. Yeah, can they do it? Yeah, but overwhelmingly they are a subpar team. Here's another stat for both of you guys. And we were talking about this while we were watching the game.
John, listen to this. This is
unbelievable.
Interesting.
39 times, John, in the month of May, the Phillies scored a run. 39 innings. 20 times afterward, Phillies pitchers failed to keep the opposition off the board. That would seem to be impossible. It's more than half the time. More than half?
More than half the time they give up a run after their team scores. It's momentum killing.
And you wonder if that's putting more pressure on the offense, knowing that, hey, we got a runner on second, no outs. Do I get him to third? Or because if we score one run, can they hold that one run? Or are they going to give it back up? I don't know, but I do know when your pitchers can't hold leads, because I've been on teams like that, as an offensive player, you feel like, what do we got to do tonight? But you got to separate yourself from what the pitchers are doing. You got to separate all that and say, you know what, we got to score. We're going to try to score every dang inning. If we score every inning, we're going to win this game. But, right now they score, the other team scores. They score, the other team scores. It's tough to go through that, and for this long a period, come on.
Yeah.
It's got to get better.
Last thing, I got to go back to Rob Thomson, and I know last season after Girardi got whacked, everyone was saying, you know what, Rob Thompson's so chill. He lets the guys be themselves. They're not uptight. Is there too much of that? When you look at Thompson, you look at Caleb Cotham, you look at Kevin Long, the hitting instructor. I mean, do we point any fingers at the coaching staff for what's going on here?
No, this is on the players. You get to. Gosh, I don't know how to say this and be politically correct, but look, a manager's important, hitting coach important, pitching coach important. But if you need to rely on them as a crutch, you don't belong here. You do not belong. Look, we have a bunch of veteran players. We have some young guys, don't get me wrong, but we have a bunch of veteran players. They don't need a coach telling them, hey, when run a scoring position, try this, do this, do. They know. They've done it. They have a Bryce, Nick, JT. They've been proven run producers. But it's just a matter of now. And Kyle, it's just a matter of now. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just figure out a way to just score multiple runs in innings, and we'll move from there. You don't need a coach or manager to tell you that.
Get down there and manage these guys. Get a uniform on. I'll let you keep the hat even.
I can't manage myself. I can't manage no other group
That's
of
a whole other story. All right, as usual, with the quote of the night, John Kruk. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow. That's okay. When he said, Ricky Bo, as we take a look at inside the box score, coach is great, manager's great, hitting coach is great. You need those guys. You don't belong here.
For being 20, I understand that, but for being 22 and 26, it's everybody to blame. It includes coaching staff. It includes everybody sitting on that bench, everybody who puts on a Phillies uniform, everybody who writes up the analytics. So it's everybody. Everybody is involved in that record. 22 and 26 is who they are right now. Do we all think they're better than that? Yes. Why is this so frustrating? Because we're thinking World Series, and it seems like they're not thinking at all. At times,
yeah,
and it's, to me, that's a little bit nerve-wracking. I kept bringing. I'm glad we picked up that stat tonight about the
scoring,
whatever innings.
Yeah.
39 innings.
20
okay,
for
you
41.
score in an inning. What do you expect your pitchers to go out there and do? Have a shutdown inning. That is exactly what I've been talking about the last couple of days to you. I was like, every time the Phillies score, their pitchers go out, they give up 1, 2 runs. That's never any good. That's a momentum sucker. It literally sucks the life out of you when that happens. Phillies pitchers have got to be better in those situations. You see your team score, go out there and stop it. What happened tonight? Twice. Happened twice tonight. That is not how you win baseball games. That is not how you get better. How you get better is being there for you. If you're a pitcher, be there for your offense. If you're a hitter, be there defensively for your pitcher. That's it.
The other frustrating part about this dynamic is you don't have to be you can be mediocre and get to the playoffs. So we're watching all this and we're lamenting the fact this team's terrible right now. Well, that's how they were last year this time, and they went to the World Series.
Okay, let's face facts. The Phillies were the last wild card last year. Fact, right? When you really look at that, they went up against 2 teams that did not have 3 starters to go up against them. In the Braves, and then we saw Clevenger, right, for the Padres at that one time. They got by the Cardinals because their closer was hurt and trying to pitch through it in Game 1, right? The Phillies probably should have lost that game. It was a Cinderella season. It was beautiful. Yeah. Everybody loved what happened in that. But I don't. If I'm thinking like that, well, let's go in as the 3rd wild card. Really, is that the road you really want to take?
No.
But that's my whole point. Don't say it'll happen again as long as they're the 3rd wild card, because it does take a little bit of luck, skill, and everything else that goes with it.
No, but the first one, the luck part is
there's definitely luck built into playoffs. There's definitely luck.
All right. Let's.
Sorry.
No. I mean, it's true, and you don't want to get to the playoffs that way. But I think a lot of us are sitting back saying, if you can get to the playoffs that way and still do it again with the talent this team has.
The one thing I can't stand, all you have to do is get there. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
How frustrating is a loss like this, considering the pitch you got?
I'm sorry.
You got.
Yeah, it's frustrating, especially when you come back late. I thought we started off slow with the bats, but I thought the bats at the end of the game were good, and we got the momentum back there and gave it right back. So that's where you got to really shut down the inning and maintain your momentum, and we just couldn't do it.
Are you concerned with the number of failed shutdown innings, for lack of a better term, that you've been having, especially this month?
I think it's been 4 in a row or something like that. But, I mean, those are things that you got to do, You get the momentum, you got to maintain it, so you got to shut them down.
What's been off with Sir Anthony this season as a whole?
Well, he's been, actually pretty good for a lot of it. There's just some nights like tonight where he just seems a little bit off, and his location's off a little bit. Maybe velocity's down, but I still trust him. Guys are going to have bad nights here and there every once in a while. So, if he's available tomorrow, I'm going to run him back out there.
What did you think of Covey?
I thought he was great. 5 innings, about 90 pitches or something like that. I thought the sinker was really good. He got some weird swings on right-handed hitters, and I thought the cutter was good too. The run they scored, the triple over Cody's head was, something you don't see every day. But he was really good.
You mentioned that triple, and then you stranded him at third. You stranded a couple leadoff balls. How big was that he was kind of?
It was huge. He knuckled down when it mattered and got out of those innings and kept us in the ball game, because that could have gotten away from us right there, and showed a lot of toughness and poise and got it done.
So Up with Marsh's shoulder.
There's some inflammation in there, and I didn't want him to swing tonight. So after batting practice, we just shut the swing down. He was available to pinch run. He would have ran or played defense in the 9th or 10th inning, but we didn't want him swinging the bat. And he's day to day. We'll check him tomorrow. There's a chance he's going to be able to play tomorrow.
2 days ago, after that first Cubs loss, you said you guys aren't feeling sorry for yourselves. How do you think the mood of the team is, given the very up and down nature of your season?
I think disappointed, frustrated, but they're not feeling sorry for themselves. They're fighting, grinding, and coming to work every day and preparing. So, my sense is we're gonna fight our way out of this.
I think you scored 4 or fewer in 8 of your last 9. What do you think has happened to your lineup as a whole here?
I think the bulk of the guys are we're not swinging the bats very well, and we're chasing. We didn't chase that much tonight. I think we only struck out 4 times, but those are the things we got to do. We got to get pitchers in the zone, get good pitches to hit, use the field, and pass the baton.
As you look for ways to get Trey going, do you think he could benefit from a different style of batting?
Yeah, we talk about it every day, and we'll talk about it again tonight. And, but really, the bulk of the guys, aren't really where they are normally at. So, and I've every day I feel like that Trey's going to come out of it. So.
Do you have the same feeling with Schwarber? I mean, he hit 3 pretty hard hit balls tonight.
Yeah, his last couple of games, he's swung about well, and he's walked and hit a couple of home runs. The pop up to first base, he just missed that. It's a ball in the nose to right field. It's a ball in the nose to center field. He's starting to get it.
What you saw from Covey when he said, safe to say he'll get another ball or start in 5 days, or haven't got there yet?
Yeah, I would think so. From what I saw tonight, I'll talk to Caleb, but from what I saw tonight, it was pretty good. He did a great job.
Is there something in particular you like better about him coming in in relief as opposed to starting like that?
No, it was just the lineup construction. So, it'll be Atlanta, so we'll look at their lineup and see what we think. And just personally, I always like starters starting the game. It just feels better to me. It's not as, confusing, I guess. You got to try and set it all up. And Strahm did a great job tonight. I mean, he was cruising until Longoria's double, and we're just trying to get him through that inning so that Covey could get a clean inning in his first outing here. So.
Is Marsh's shoulder something new that he's dealing with, or is it just kind of been recurring?
Yeah, it's been going on for a little bit, but he's been fighting through it, and he's a tough guy. And, it's just getting to the point where we were concerned that it was changing the swing and maybe it was creating a bad habit. And so we wanted to just shut him down today and just get treatment and try to work it out.